I just want to thank you, Jasmine, and I just want to say, oh, I got to get it together. I just want to say thank you to everyone. I was just sitting there and obviously listening to Jada, and Jada, the first time Jada and I met, if I can say this, Jada was getting ready for an event, and she had her hair in a towel, and some sweats on and no makeup, and we just sat and talked, and I was like, this is one of the most beautiful women I've ever met, both physically, but like the spirit within her and the depth of love that she had so clearly for girls and women across the world and right in her own backyard was just so apparent to me. And that has been true in every interaction that we've had in the last 5 years. And I just want to say thank you again. And I have to say, it's all right. I'm gonna go here tonight. It is sitting here and talking about love being revolutionary in a time like right now, like today, like post last night, post like last week, post like the last year. Yeah, with me. Right, just the power of love is so much stronger than the power of hate. The words that we give to one another that are loving and inspiring and motivating are so much stronger than the words that we could use to tear each other down. And being in this room, I feel incredibly fortunate to be in a space that is filled with so much love and so much vision for a future that looks really great. Really great. And I want to say, just sitting at the table, and then with I've got 3 of my alumni at the table, Tiffany and Lola, who gave the beautiful poem, and Raven, who I just have to say, and I always say this, I know it embarrasses you, she's in her 2nd year of pre-med. I've known her since she was 15, of course. Yeah, I'm going to brag on you. Hey, I get to do that. And Jennifer, who's about to speak after me, and I'm going to introduce her, and Jasmine, and Jada, right? I'm like, oh, I'm really fortunate tonight to be surrounded by like real Black girl magic tonight. It is in the room, is in the air, it is, and I say that because I can remember what it was like when I first came and was working in Rikers Island and working on the streets, and the way that the girls and the young women that I was meeting, the 12-year-olds, the 13-year-olds, who should have been protected and yet were in jail, in adult jail, were being treated, and how there was nothing magical that was believed to be about them. There was nothing good seen in them. There was nothing worthwhile and valuable. And we've spent 18 years trying to change that narrative, and we've done that because we have such amazing girls and young women. All we have to do is provide the resources for you guys to shine. That's it, right? Like, it's not us. The magic isn't in us. The magic is in you guys. The magic is in the resilience that you show, the fact that you get on the subway and trek all the way to Gems, even on days when you don't want to come, and even on days when it's hard, and even on days where, right, like our girls who have like 2 kids in a stroller, and they're coming to show up for the yoga group or the poetry group, right, or the cooking group, and they just want to be in a space where they're loved. And right, Lola, that poem about, right, I know the title was Our Space, Our Place, right? And the need, and I've talked about this before, but the need to have a space. And I say that Gems is like the cheers of trafficked girls, right? It's a place where everybody knows your name and everybody's glad you came, and your problems are all the same. You need to be in a space, there's no liquor, but you need to be in a space around people who get you, who understand you, who accept you exactly the way you are and see more for you, who don't just say, you've had a rough life and I feel bad for you and I'm gonna pat you on the shoulder but say, yo, if you've survived this, you must be able to conquer the world. You must have all this stuff in you. And I am so phenomenally proud of the young women that we serve. I am. Don't, because you're going to make me cry. And I'm trying to keep it together, and I got makeup on, and I'm trying to stay cute. But I am so phenomenally proud of every young woman that we serve and the paths that they're carving out for themselves. But the reality is, right, it does take concrete resources to do that. We don't, and the magic doesn't come because there's a wand that we wave and we say, I don't know, abracadabra, or somebody who's a Harry Potter fan, I'm sure, has it better. Expector, or whatever happens with wands. Clearly not a Harry Potter fan. But it doesn't happen because we just hug on folks. And we do a lot of hugging on folks. And we do a lot of loving and a lot of crying together and a lot of holding hands and saying good things to each other. But we have to have the practical resources, right? We have to have the housing that folks have been through and that they need for a year, 2 years, 3 years. That we have to have the Metro cards just for them to be able to get to Gems because they don't have $2 in their pocket to get to Gems. We have to have food there. We have to have, like Lola said, the ability to take a shower and a nap when you've been on the track all night and your pimp has been beating you and you need somewhere to go just to feel for a few hours like you're a normal human being again before you have to go back to that. And each time you come, we're going to keep telling you, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve this. You're worth more, we love you. And eventually, we know, because we've been doing this a long time, and we know what the secret sauce is now. It's patience, it's love, and we know eventually that will click in. We know eventually there's going to be that day where you come and you say, you guys created this space for me, and I saw that there were options. And the first person I saw when I walked in was a girl who had come through the program, and she was the receptionist and the intake coordinator that had come through the program, and she told me about her experiences. And then that my case manager was somebody who come through the program, and right, she came through the life too. And so I see like these women around me who are living, and young women and girls who are living lives outside of the life, and I see that it can be a reality. And so I encourage you tonight, and I know Jennifer is going to talk more, but I'd be remiss as the, whatever my title is these days, to not pitch, as CK, the wonderful CK, said, right, you guys know why you're here. You know, we get that this is a season where, you know, your giving is going to you know, other things. And, right, our young people deserve every resource and every opportunity possible. They deserve, right, the opportunity to go through our Education Initiative program. And I'm so proud of our young women who are in college. 37 girls in college this semester. And right, we get to provide backpacks and tutoring and stipends, because the reality is for most of the young people that we serve, there are so many obstacles in the way of them just going to junior high school, let alone high school, let alone getting their GED, let alone college. For most of us, that wasn't a reality. Most of us growing up did not see college as a possibility. And now it's becoming the norm at Gems. Now when girls get their high school diploma or they get their GED, they're like, oh, I'm set. What college you going to? Girls are having conversations around the table while we're eating Chinese food about oh, I got a 5-page paper due. That's become the norm. That's because we've set the bar and the expectation, because we know that our girls are more than capable of hitting that bar and then flying past it. And so please, that's all I can say tonight, right? Invest in the idea that love matters, that love is stronger than anything else, and that love takes action, right? We can love on each other all day long, but we need some tangible stuff to make that happen. Right? We need to, what's the biblical, right? Don't be a clanging cymbal, right? Don't be an empty noise, right? If we say that we believe in love and we believe in the future of our young people and our young people are the future and all that good stuff, if we say that, I encourage you tonight to invest in that.